Namaste children, I am Smita, your English teacher from Mangala Vidya Mandira. Class 7 Standard, Subject English. So coming back to the lesson, Ekalavya. In the previous class, you all learnt that Drona refuses to take Ekalavya as his pupil but gives him his blessings. Now the second scene starts after a gap of 2 years. So let us see what happens. Scene 2, forest scene, 2 years later. Drona's idol decorated with flowers on a platform under a tree. Ekalavya bowing before the idol and some deer grazing peacefully at a distance. Now Ekalavya in the second scene decorates Dronacharya's idol with flowers. He bows respectfully before the idol and the deer grazes happily in the forest. Ekalavya addressing the idol. Great Acharya, how kind you are! You have taught me archery well within these 2 years. What good luck is mine to have you as my guru. I have achieved my goal. My dear fawns are now free from trouble. Looking at the deer in the distance, how peacefully they are grazing. Now Ekalavya is now speaking to the idol. He tells the idol of Dronacharya that within those 2 years, Dronacharya has taught him archery, because of which he is lucky. So his goal is achieved as the fawns are free from trouble and are happily grazing in the forest. Ekalavya. Hears the barking sound of dogs at a distance. Ha! This is not the howl of wolves. The sound is coming nearer. The deer lift up their heads in fear and run to him. Have no fear, my dear animals. No dog or wolf shall disturb your peace as long as I live. He shoots arrows in the direction of the barking. The sound stops. Oh, quite a big party of hunters. How wicked they are to set their dogs against the innocent animals of the forest. Oh, what do I see? My guru with his pupils. Now Ekalavya at that moment hears barking sound of dogs. The deer runs to him in fear, but he consoles the animal, saying that as long as he is alive, no animal could harm them, and he shoots the arrows and the barking sound stops. The Ekalavya thinks that some hunters had come to harm the innocent animals of the forest. Now at that time, Ekalavya is surprised to see his guru Dronacharya with his students. Enter Drona with Arjuna and other princes and a dog with arrows in its mouth. The poor dog whines helplessly. Ekalavya prostrates before Drona. Ekalavya. Acharya, Ekalavya, the son of Hiranyadhanus, pays his respects to you. Okay. Now, whine refers to long, high-pitched cry of animals. Now Dronacharya, the princes, that is Kauravas and Pandavas, and the dogs and the dog with the arrows in its mouth appear before Ekalavya. Ekalavya bows his head and pays respect to Guru Dronacharya. Now Dronacharya says, Arise, my boy, God bless you. What a skill you have gained in archery in this short period. Your teacher must indeed be a great one. Now Guru Dronacharya praises Ekalavya for his skill in archery and wonders who his teacher is. Arjuna. Really, this boy has mastered the art of shooting arrows by detecting the source of sound. So Ekalavya says, It is all the result of your blessings, great Acharya. I learnt all the tricks of archery under your kind guidance. How kind of you to visit this poor abode of your humble pupil. Children, only by hearing the sounds of the objects, Ekalavya could shoot arrows at the desired object. That is the art of Shabdavedi. It was mastered by him. And now Arjuna expresses his surprise at his ability, for which Ekalavya says that it was learnt under the guidance of Guru Dronacharya. Now he also thanks Guru for visiting his abode. Abode means home. Arjuna. Acharya, you promised to make me the greatest archer in the world, but here is a boy who excels me and he says you are his guru. Now Arjuna he interferes and says that his Guru Dronacharya had promised to make him a greater archer in the world, but there is someone else who excels him in archery. So now Arjuna is jealous, isn't it? Dronacharya: Arjuna, you know I have been with you always. It is the devotion of this boy that has made him a good bowman. Arjuna: Whatever it may be, Acharya, you have not kept your word. Now Guru Dronacharya says that the devotion of the boy made him to fulfill his ambition, and he has not taught him archery, as he was always with the Pandavas, isn't it? So Arjuna says that Guru Dronacharya has not kept his promise. Now Dronacharya says, Ekalavya, if you claim that I am your teacher, you will have to give me a Guru Dakshina. Now Guru Dakshina is something that Guru expects for having taught his students. Now Guru Dronacharya asks Ekalavya for Guru Dakshina. Arjuna says, Acharya, so was it really you? You have not kept your promise. Now Arjuna keeps repeating the same thing. Now Dronacharya says, Dear Ekalavya, if you say that I am your teacher, I deserve Guru Dakshina. Can you give your right thumb as Guru Dakshina? Now Dronacharya is asking Ekalavya to give his right thumb as Guru Dakshina. Ekalavya says, Do not accuse the great Acharya, O Prince. I cannot bear it. His promise to you shall be kept. Goes to the idol, bows before it, takes his knife from his belt, cuts off his right thumb, puts it at the feet of the idol, takes it again and comes back to Dronacharya. My noble master, here is my Guru Dakshina. I request you to accept it and bless me. This forest is now free from wolves and the cruel beasts, and my dear fawns are safe. I have no more need of my bow. Turning to Arjuna, Prince, you are now the greatest archer, as you will not have a competitor in me. The Acharya's promise to you is fulfilled. Dronacharya: What a noble soul. God bless you, my dear boy. Now Ekalavya cannot see Arjuna accusing his Guru, and he feels sad. He tells Arjuna that his Guru will definitely keep his promise, and so saying he goes near the idol, bows his head and cuts his right thumb using a knife and keeps it in front of the idol, and again takes it and gives it to Guru Dronacharya, and he requests his Guru to accept it and bless him. Now he tells Dronacharya that he doesn't need to use his bow and arrow, as the forest is free from cruel animals and his fawns are safe. So he turns to Arjuna and says that there is no one to compete Arjuna in archery, and his Guru has kept his promise. So Guru Dronacharya blesses Ekalavya and praises him for his noble behavior. So this is the end of the lesson, children. Children, Ekalavya is a character that stands for devotion towards the teacher. So the devotion he had towards his Guru did not stop him from even cutting his thumb, isn't it? You know, after that he is not able to use his bow and arrow. To keep up the promise that his Guru had made to Arjuna, he gives his thumb as Guru Dakshina. Now the questions arise if it is okay on the part of Dronacharya to ask his thumb as Guru Dakshina, isn't it? But whatever it is, this is a story that teaches us to be devoted towards elders and teachers. So that is the end of the lesson. Okay, now coming to the grammar part, what is known as sentences. Now what is a sentence? A sentence refers to a set of words that is complete in itself, typically containing a subject and predicate, conveying a statement, question, exclamation or command. Now let us learn the different types of sentences. There are four main types of sentences. They are declarative, interrogative, imperative and exclamatory. Now let us learn about them one by one. So declarative sentence is a statement sentence. Declarative sentences give information. They are also known as assertive sentence. Assertive or declarative sentence states a fact and ends with a full stop. So declarative sentences, they make statements that tells something. So it gives information about something. Look at these examples. The sky is blue. It is a nice day. London is the capital of England. Coming to the next type, called as the interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence is a question sentence. They always end with question mark. So interrogative sentences ask questions to find out something. So what kind of information we are asking for can be indicated by who, what, where, when, why, how, etc. Look at these examples. Where are you going? Who is your mother? What is your name? Okay, these are all interrogative sentences because these sentences ask questions to find out something and they always end with question mark. Next is imperative sentence. An imperative sentence basically gives instructions, commands, requests or demands. So look at these examples. Please be quiet. It is a request. Close the door. It is a command or order, isn't it? So imperative sentences basically gives instructions, commands, requests or demands. Okay, now coming to the next type called as the exclamatory sentences. So exclamatory sentences are ways to share strong feelings such as excitement. They express surprise, wonder or pity. So they end with the exclamation point. So how beautiful the flower is. Bravo, we won the match. So exclamatory sentences, they express a strong feelings or emotions. They always end with the exclamation point. So look at these sentences. They have no punctuation marks at the end. Put the punctuation marks and classify the sentences. So write assertive, interrogative, exclamatory or imperative in the blanks given. One is done for you. Can you ride a motorbike? This is an interrogative sentence. Open the window. This is imperative sentence. Sugar is bad for your teeth. It's an assertive sentence. Please be quiet. Request. So imperative sentence. How hot it is. Exclamatory sentence. We went to Shirdi last month. Just a statement. So assertive sentence. What a rude man he is. Exclamatory. What are you doing there? Question sentence. Interrogative sentence. Don't speak to me like that again. It's an imperative sentence. How quickly the holiday has passed. Exclamatory sentence. Shall I help you with your shopping? Interrogative sentence. The flight for Mumbai takes off at 11:30 p.m. It's an assertive sentence. Ekalavya went to the forest. Assertive or declarative sentence. How happy he was to see Drona. Exclamatory sentence. Get out of the way. Imperative sentence. Clean the blackboard please. Imperative sentence. So these are the different types of sentences with examples. Remember children, sometimes the imperative sentences can also end with the exclamation point, especially when you are expressing something intense. I hope you have understood this, children. Now let us come to the homework part. You have to write an essay on unity in diversity. Okay, this is also a project work for you. So write an essay on unity in diversity and send it through WhatsApp. Thank you, children.